they said, or at least through the office of the Publicity Secretary of ITMAN, the National Publicity Secretary of ITMAN. However, the Senate committee that visited the governor over the weekend made mention that the refinery is 90% complete, and that before the end of the year, yes, you heard me right, he said before the end of the year that the refineries will be the refinery will be up and running. I think they also mentioned they visited the Warri refinery, and they are hopeful that the Warri refinery will also kickstart in the nearest future. So my question is, what do you make of it? National Publicity Secretary, the National Secretary of ITMAN, saying, oh, okay, we believe in the nearest future the refineries will be up and running. And the Senate Ad-hoc Committee responsible for the rehabilitation and the refurbishing of refineries in Nigeria has come out to say before the end of the year the Port Harcourt refinery will work. Now, whose report do we believe? Because they also claim to visit, or at least they visited, the Port Harcourt refinery. So I'd like to hear from you as we begin to open the phone lines right about now, and also open the WhatsApp portal so you can send in your messages. I'd like to hear from you. The numbers 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. My goodness, the noise is giving me some but hey, I still would have to have a conversation with you, right? Yeah, I'd like to hear from you. WhatsApp number 0809-0306416. Let's get your thoughts and let's start talking for development. This one says all right, let's go to Mufasa. It says, okay, he is the former publicity secretary. No, I was confused for a minute there because I mentioned Debo, and then I realized it was Olobodinho. All right, so yeah, thank you for that correction. But he said the reason why it is like that is because no petition has been raised. So for those of you clamoring, why do you think a petition has not been raised at all? This one says, what has changed is a reduced and restructuring in the sharing formula of the state's bursary. Hence, more monies are reserved as the old Bami looters are reduced in numbers and strength. Interesting. Interesting. Gift from Yenegua. Good afternoon to you. Welcome on the show.
Good afternoon, Kalada, my brother.
Yeah, welcome.
Let me address two quick issues. The PDP man was, I think,
Olobodinho, former.
This other one that talked to your friend today is a former. Yes. Then let me start with the governor on first. Here in Bayelsa, I want to paint a picture. You're from Bayelsa. Do you know that at the time of Timothy Receiver, we're talking about 500 to 600, 700 million naira, not billion. When Siraki Dixon came in, we talked about 1.1 billion, 1 billion thereabout. Presently, as I speak with you, we are not even doing up to 500 million right now.
So what do you think is the problem?
So I don't know the challenge, I don't know the problem, but as far as I'm concerned, IGR matter, you cannot, that is, I don't know where to start from. If a governor talked about 26 billion or 27 billion, and some other persons want to think otherwise, I wonder. But to me, I'm waiting for that breakdown. If there's no breakdown, I will tell you all is fake.
All right.
Then let me address the PDP matter. That PDP matter, as far as I'm concerned, we addressed the issue. We told the former publicity secretary, in fact, he said the same thing that we've been saying. You want to sanction who? We'll start from 2007 to 2015, especially Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate. He opened up what he did in 2007 against Obasanjo when he supported Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a governor by betraying PDP. 2015, what he did to Goodluck by sending Goodluck out of Aso Rock back to Tweke. We know what played out when you abandoned the party, and I put a party together. You came back and became a presidential candidate. And you
because Atiku did it, does that make it right? But I've got Zion from GRA. Zion, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, good afternoon to you,
Canada. Good afternoon to you, Zion.
Let me use this medium to congratulate the Rivers State Governor, Sim Fubara, for heading, masterminding the progress and success of his first 10 to 11 months in office. The IGR is a calibration to show that indeed he is working. Look at the first thing he did. He expanded the geographical spectrums of River State. The ring road. The cutting of another new road to the seaports. Sir, the last time I strolled around the ring road, I saw these kind of properties being developing. And guess what? There are taxes that we pay. I saw businesses managing and starting up. Tax they will pay. The truth is this. There is a dynamics that affects the IGR of the state.
Okay.
And number one is the policy from the government. Look at the 20,000 housing program. Do you know how many investors bidded for that? And as I'm talking to you, do you know how many investors are coming to River State? The truth is this. Governor Sim Fubara understands the tenets and principles to manage a state IGR. But I want to plead with him on this premise, sir. Consider this other aspect of managing our tax. There's some kind of leakages, especially this guy standing in the bus stops collecting money. I don't know the people in charge of that, but before I'm seeing these guys are holding in their hands, if we can mop up that environment, I think our IGR can climb up to 50 billion. Mr. Zion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Zion. Thank you very much. And this one says, let it not be that the increase in internally generated revenue is as a result of the fracas between the two elephants. If that's so, let the fight continue. Sindo Tech at Choba. Interesting there. All right, this one says, good afternoon, Canada. He is the immediate past publicity secretary of the PDP. I've corrected myself. Thank you very much for that correction. But I've got Ida from Inkoro. Ida, welcome. What is on your mind? Thank you. Welcome.
Let's go. Commend the governor of Rivers State. They say when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. My brother, look at what this governor is doing, raising everything up. Now this morning, a radio station talk about sanitation, that their salary has increased. My brother, I said they are taking Rivers State to the promised land. And I'm telling people that before this governor will say 4 years, Rivers State will turn to Dubai.
All right.
To continue with his work. He's the leader of the party in the state.
All right.
Now I want to ask a question now. The minister and the governor for the state, who can put public holiday for somebody not to move out? Is it the governor or the minister?
The governor, of course, in the state, in Rivers State. Yeah.
He's the leader of the party and the leader of the state.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. I've got Eze Ken from Ubumini. Eze Ken, welcome.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon, Eze Ken.
Canada, I want to acknowledge the governor of Rivers State for publicly and openly letting the state know the current IGR of the state. We are not talking about the allocation. This is IGR. If you ask me, I will say that let the Rivers State people start from here. If they should have any doubt in the expenditure of the state income and the expenses, let them start from here to be monitoring our governor. If he is extravagantly spending the state fund or not, considering what we are seeing in our eyes, the construction and the reconstruction of roads, awarding and the re-awarding of projects, Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Ezekiel. Yeah, thank you very much. I've got Susie from Irema. Susie, welcome. What's on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Khaled, how are you today?
I'm very fine. Welcome.
Is it not funny that we are even adding up things that has not started functioning as part of indicators for revenue generation in the state? How has the ring road that is under construction and money was borrowed now add to the revenue generation in the state? How has the housing that is actually domiciled on PPP, public partner, private partnership, and all of that add to the issue of revenue in the state? It's very simple that we should understand. And that is why I said that this government of Fubara is brooding on speculation. As at the time Wike was a governor, don't forget that the physical policies of the whole 36 states, River State one is 2021, 2022, and 2020 back to back. That is what happened here. Google it, you will see. So if we are talking about increment of revenue, there are indicators. And we cannot revenue. There are indicators. And those indicators, as I speak to you, are not there. But one thing I am so certain about is that if you now add the values of dollar today to the 13 billion that former Governor Yeso Wike raised before, you will discover that the revenue of River State, as when Wike was even the governor, has even tripled. That is what it is, just like what is doing at Abuja today. The time the revenue of Abuja has also tripled because of the fact that we can use these state indices as it is. Now, in River State now, there is a losing Ugu things happening along the street. The governor is not providing even that desired leadership. On the street now, people are selling things anyhow. No control, no anything. Don't also forget that before Wike left office, or even when he was in office, he won two cases. The one of Bayelsa and the one of Imo State. Those oil blocks and those oil wells are bringing money into River State. So to this extent, if the governor is saying that 27 billion and all of that, I'm making reference to the past government, I doubt him because I cannot believe because there are no indicators. There are no SMEs. Where are the businesses? They are still building. They say they are doing agri-farm. Has the agri-farm started producing anything? Nothing is being produced in River State as I speak to you.
So now, Susie, you've made some very good points. But what if what do you call now? What if it is as a result of corruption? You know, maybe that's what the governor was trying to hint. Maybe some people have argued in that direction as well, and that argument could be true. So could it be that they have blocked the loopholes, where corruption or were taking place, something like that, corrupt practices and all?
Kalada, even from your question, you are asking questions based on assumption. I have also said that even the governor is speculating. They should have given us a breakdown on how they were able to generate this revenue. And not to tell us 27 billion and we are celebrating and we are clapping hands. It's unfortunate.
All right.
The government is speculating too much and there's so much lie to this government. And when the government is built on lies because of competition, you will not head to anywhere. This government is lying too much.
All right,
it's lying.
All right, then.
It's not 27 billion anywhere.
All right, Susie, thank you very much. I've got to go. I've got Clinton from Bori. Clinton, welcome. Do you agree with Susie that the governor is not saying the truth?
My brother, Kalada, I am for River State.
Okay.
And the fact that the governor have come out openly to tell us that the IGR have increased, we have to believe the governor. But I will still say that I don't know how suddenly our IGR tripled by 100%.
Not almost, not almost tripled, not tripled, almost. 11
almost
plus,
tripled.
Yeah, 11.
So it's really there's need to ask questions. So I wouldn't blame those asking questions. So for me, I'm not seeing any pointer that shows why our IGR will increase unless some persons have been mismanaging our fund.
Okay.
That is the only cogent reason that one can give to me, I believe. Because for now, in terms of agriculture, nothing has been seen. Infrastructure, we've not seen much there. So probably some persons have been taking our money and the government has to block those people. And that is why we are having this much. So I commend him, but I also want him to ensure that this money reflects on the lives of Rivers people.
All right.
is not just having the money, it's by using the money to better the lives of the people. Infrastructure-wise, we should have good healthcare, good education system. I've been commenting on radio stations that the state of our schools, public schools, are in a very bad state, sorry state.
All right.
The government need to do a lot to address those issues. Then on the PDP matter, my brother, PDP are a funny party.
I would have to let you go at this point, Clinton. I'm really sorry. Let's hear from Muriel, who's been waiting for a while. Muriel, welcome. Muriel from Okrika. It's good to have you on the show. Can you hear me, Muriel? Hello, Muriel. Can you hear me?
Okay. Thank you. Can it be only today in the office? Some of my colleagues were just too bitter, when they heard about the arrest of government supporter in Abuja, and they were just so annoyed that just the government kept quiet, they have not said anything. That is so it's too weak, that doesn't even have the support of River State. Why is it not acting out? I said no, calm down. This is not how politics is played. Now, KDP, the governor has proven his strength. When I heard this IGR, almost what the trouble of what we have, I was so proud, KDP, honestly, I was so proud to be a supporter of this governor. And I told them, if the governor's strength lies in productive capacity in the state, then let it be, KDP. It should not be his strength. We should not put his strength in a quarreling, letting the bantering wars and then quarreling like some women, and then don't put strength. No. Let the government continue to its strength in productive capacity in the state. We, the supporters, will continue to be proud. Our top four is defending him using this IGR as a reference. I say a big kudos to the governor, honestly. I am proud of the government. This is what Jonathan did, and they were saying is a woman is a weakling, and he was working. Because he's not among those that quarrel and shout and shout so loud. He thinks he's weak. He's not a weak man. He's very strong, and he knows what he's doing. I said I'm so proud. That's why I tell myself, is just one with all pride.
All right, then. All right, thank you very much. I've got Micah from Borokiri. Micah, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Please hear me. I am from River State.
Kalada it is, Micah.
Oh, sorry. Kalada. I'm from River State here. Kalada, you can see the conversation. That we are complaining about the electricity. Yeah, even if we have, what I'm talking about is the triple increment of our internally generated revenue. Even while we are saying, okay, it's a private company that are managing electricity, but we are still complaining, and we are saying that there is something the government can do.
All right.
All of us that are calling, all Rivers people are complaining about the poor electricity. We are complaining about poor health services. We are complaining about so many things, but I wonder why somebody will call. And then they say, leakages have been blocked, more money is coming. And
did they actually say leakages have been blocked? They only, I think the governor said that they thought outside the box. So I guess that's where they are.
Why Kalada, that's why I say I am from River State.
Okay.
You and I can do this analysis.
Okay.
Even if there is any increment in revenue generation, maybe increment from payment of revenues and all that, or maybe one or two new companies coming in to bring in this, it will not be more than 20% of what the governor is saying that he has today, what River State has generated. I don't need a society to tell me that it is blockage of leakages. They have been stealing the money, and when they talk about this, it must not even be the former governor. There are people working in these areas that the money that are supposed to be coming into the state are not coming, and people are just coming to defend because it might dent one man's image. My business is the progress of this state. If we make more money, people are coming to say the governor has not been doing anything. White people are playing politics, delaying the progress of the state. They are not seeing it. They are happy. See, my problem is, what we are reacting, we that are expecting, we that are suffering. Maybe they have their houses, they have their cars, but we are all suffering one way or the other. Some of the things state government should provide for us are not being provided, and somebody is saying.
So now, do you think with these new data from the governor that all of these things that you're crying about will be provided?
Kalada, I expect that this government, with this now, the government will do more.
All right.
Yes. How can somebody even come in to doubt a governor, the manager of the state?
That's not the question.
Managing our resource, and you're doubting.
That's not the question.
That is our problem.
All right.
We should be ashamed of our
Michael, thank you very much.
To say things like this.
All right, thank you very much. All right, Mufasa from D-Line. Mufasa, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, God will bless this last caller. I keep telling people that the soul of Rivers State is not dependent on any individual. The government itself came out to tell you, somebody who has been in the system for long, is an accountant. They are supposed to tell you that this is what we are realizing now. Our people who are not even economics, who are not accountants, who don't even have the slightest idea.
Sorry, Mufasa, is there anything wrong if they are asking how did we come about?
There is nothing wrong, my brother. There's nothing wrong. But when you come out to begin to doubt you see one thing about this Freedom of Information Act that we have is that you can easily walk into any of the parastatals and ask for any information that you don't have knowledge
Mufasa,
about.
it's not as easy as you make it sound. Trust me.
You can give it a try. The government himself, it's not that anybody came out, not the Commissioner for Information, the governor himself came out to say, this is what we are realizing now as a people and as a state.
But yet again, Mufasa, I agree with you. Mufasa, but sometimes we need the evidence, and that's why sometimes on the show we say you are a legend because you don't have the evidence. So I guess they are towing that path now. I'm not arguing for anybody, but I'm just trying to explain what I understand.
Canada, I want to commend this governor. We have always clamored for transparency in government.
True.
We have always clamored for accountability in government, and for me, this government came prepared.
All right.
And like what I've said before, this man has been in the system for long. The previous caller was trying to tell you something about blockage of leakages. We also need to look into taxation. Obiakpo alone generates one of the highest revenue in Nigeria. I'm talking about local government. And one way or the other, this falls back into the state coffers. It's not about politics all the time. It is not about any individual. It's about the progress of the state, and for me, this governor is in line and in order. And lastly, Canada, let me talk about the PDP issue. Any party that there is no discipline, there is bound to be this kind of internal fracas that we see. Until the PDP come out with a strong will to say that all the persons who feel that they are bigger than the party, they are not, and there has to be consequences for wrong behavior, that is when we begin to now know that they are ready to
thank you very much.
In the path of progress.
Thank you very much. Listening to Obed now from Port Harcourt. Obed, welcome. What is on your mind?
Yes, Kalada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yes, Kalada, I want to commend the governor, honestly. This is the first after Rotimi Amechi, we are hearing another governor coming to declare publicly what actually is coming to the state coffer through IGR. Is indeed a governor who has shown transparency in governance. You see, people are surprised because the last administration run the state from back pocket. You understand? Nothing was being done in terms of accountability. When people ask questions, they will tell you to go and see the project without opening books. So people are surprised. People who are arguing, they cannot believe it because it has never happened. After Rotimi Amechi, before this current governor, this was this how we are seeing something like this. So I must commend the governor. I think it shows that the man actually want to run open government. Unlike the past administration, our budget we can't see it. Even up to the extent that defining the law of procurement. You understand? He does things anyhow he wants. The government is being run as if we are in pre-colonial era. You understand? So people who are doubting, actually, I do not blame them because this is the time something like this is happening.
All right.
Then on issue of
I've got to let you go. I'm really sorry, Obed.
Thank you very much.
My time is short now. I'm one for time. But let's look at this messages. Look at the messages on Facebook. Chinemerem Digbo says, what did Fubara do to increase the IGR? Is simply telling us how much Wike Okay, that's an allegation I can't read on, but you say let Fubara tell us areas improved. Okay, all right. Newton Ikira says, a very good afternoon, Kalada. Marketers eye 500 naira per litre petrol set to load from Port Harcourt refinery. Chairman Senate Ad-hoc Committee says refinery 90% complete. Hope renewed, hope betrayed. That has been the story thus far, but I was actually expecting the pump price to be 200 naira per litre. PDP National Secretary explains why party did not discipline party defaulters. We know why. You have no guts. But on second thought, I think I see where you are coming from. Fighting fire with fire only adds fuel to the flames. Let there be peace. All right. Really now. Jonah Alaminji Pikin Amakri says, Rivers people are so happy to hear this good news that our IGR has been increased from 12 billion naira monthly to 26 billion naira monthly. We thank Governor Sim Fubara for telling us the cheering news. And then you say, at least let the Daredevil project, the real Trans-Calabari Highway project, be constructed and completed. Wosu Courage Bobo says, Kalada, IGR has increased, good one, but how can it benefit the ordinary man on the street? And that's a very good question. Someone talked about, power, that's electricity. Someone talked about affordable housing. Someone talked about, a couple of things have been talked about this session. So I guess maybe they will use that money on all of these things that we have projected. This one says, I wondered why anyone would refer to the position of the governor as a lie. The man, Susie from Irma, okay, all right, thank you. Alex Uru Javu with that one. But let's see. This one says, as to Governor Fubara's disclosure of an increase in Rivers IGR, I want to say that Governor Fubara's decision to govern the state in sincerity, or I think he meant to say has decided to govern the state in sincerity, unlike the immediate past administration that wouldn't make ordinary annual budget document public. Now, I've said this like 1,000 times, that towards the end of, I think about 3-4 years, is it the beginning or towards the end of the second term of His Excellency Nyesom Wike, we saw the budget being posted on the website of the Rivers State government. I've said this like a couple of times, right? But then you said, as to the issues on the PDP, Olokbodinyo's remark made in bad faith, whereas the party doesn't need any petition to take action with regards to sanctioning those who played anti-party against the PDP. Onya Waji Fine Face Ngo Town, Anthony. This one says, Port Harcourt refinery will not work until second quarter of 2026. That is if the government is sincere. But if the government is not sincere, then it will be somewhere around 2027. Damiete Rekosima with that projection there. This one says, please, nothing has changed. To me, it's all politics. I feel so depressed when I hear things like this, because with so much humongous amount of money coming into the state, the life of ordinary Rivers people is getting worse. What we hear on a daily basis are Thanksgivings here and Thanksgiving there. The governor should help us by investing on human capital development. Stanford with that one. And Stanford does have a point, Calculate how much is coming as FAC, that's the federal allocation. Now we know that about 26 or 27 billion naira is what we generate every monthly. Then you now talk about 13% derivative. Think now. I think Rivers State should be top on the list when we talk about developed states in the world. But this one says, good afternoon, KD. The issue of the IGR is neither here nor there, because inflation is the major reason why revenues are rising in virtually all the governments in the state. 12-13 billion in 2023 is better and more valuable than 26-27 billion in 2024. In 2019, the Rivers State budget was 550 billion naira at an exchange rate of 360 naira to a dollar, and that amount is higher than the 800 billion naira of the state budget for 2024. I will only respect the governor as a man of integrity if he sends lawyers to the court and vacate the perpetual injunction he issued against the FCC, so that order anti-corruption agencies can come into the state and check our financial records from Ibiba in Port Harcourt. Okay, all right. What a point there. This one says, good afternoon, Kalada. I think the PDP is digging its grave. If a member is boasting its party will not win the presidential election by 2027, which I think the man in your studio this morning heard, and they are waiting for an official report, for me that amounts to when they are showing you elephant and you're looking for its footsteps. I think the increment in our IGR should reflect with repairs of our primary and secondary schools, payment of 35,000 palliative to civil servants, etc. Odimegu Sonny Didia from Omorelu. And you do have a point, but I think the governor in his statement said it will be used to complete the project that they have started, and so they would not go at borrowing. So I don't know yet. Maybe. Remember, he's also placed the state or ordered the state of emergency on the health sector. So just maybe. Okay. Let's look at this one. Jaja Maxwell, if they like, they should cry from now till tomorrow because of the SIM government. The problem is that the government has stopped the sharing formula, and that is their problem. Jaja Maxwell. Okay. But the argument about the dollar to the naira could also be a valid argument, right? I mean, the value, I don't know, I'm not an economist, so I'm just going to skip that. But this one says, if River State gets 27 billion naira every month, there should be massive renovation public secondary schools, agric and health sectors, even within 2 or 3 months. What is causing the delay? Visit the public schools and see the level of rot there. All right, you do have a point as well. The oil market is a part of the problem we are currently facing in Nigeria. Imagine suggesting a price of 500 naira for a product obtained and refined in Nigeria. How much was it sold when it was imported? I think 500 naira is very much at the high. Let it be lifted for 200 naira and probably sold to the final consumers at 250 naira or 300 naira per litre. Coming from Clinton, who is writing from Bori. Too many messages, but I think I would have to step on the brakes right now. Tango Ability Atwegu says they should stop telling us Port Harcourt refinery is 90% complete. All we are saying is let the Port Harcourt refinery start operation. We're tired of hearing it would start or it will soon start operation. Any juju holding the refinery from working, Holy Ghost fire. And that's from Tango Ability at Twigbo. And then you said the governor has blocked the leakage. That's why the IGR increased to what it is now. Tango Ability at Twigbo with that one. I want to tell Clinton where it says, good day, Mr. Kaladakoru Batabo. Kudos to Governor Fubara for his good work in the state. And once again, I really commend the governor for the increase of internally generated revenue. This is total transparency. And then you said it's a step in the right direction. Governor Fubara is a God-sent governor to save River State. All right, thank you very much. I want to tag Clinton West with your message there. All right, I think I would. Irogbu Chima on Facebook says PDP is almost going into extinction with what happened at their last NEC meeting. I pray the governor of River State to use the increased internally generated revenue to better the lot of Rivers people. All right. We would have to step on the brakes. Up next is the business news, and after the business news, you and I will talk some more. And this time we would go and find out what really transpired in Abuja on Thursday. When loyalists of the governor, and a certain assembly member representing out the West and a PDP stakeholder in Falga arrested, according to the story and according to videos online, on the directive of the Query Local Government Chairman Samuel Wanosike. So we'll talk about these and many more, and let's get to get the facts. I am Kaladako Rubatabo. Do stay tuned.
Not having a bus stop is not an excuse for bad driving or causing accidents.